Hello, Scrappy Peeps. Suzanna here today for Bella Blvd to share with you this multi-photo summer layout created using the My Life 365 collection, and we are featuring the June components. So really, I'm featuring the Bella Pops, the Popsicle Bella Pops, as well as two of the available cutouts that go with the entire collection. So as I am wanting to do, I'm going to gut the innards so that I can use the pieces from the inside of this, but I'm going to use that diagonal plaid to frame a piece of the Bella Besties in yellow to just pop the cutouts or the digital cut file that is pre-cut. I thought I was going to use more of these bits and pieces from the cut-aparts, but I don't, which is why I'm actually on camera cutting each of the strips out, but I don't actually end up using as much as I thought I was. I thought I was going to run some of the horizontals behind the cutouts, but I didn't like it. It just became too busy. And so I opted, obviously, not to do that. So I'm trimming this down by 1 1/4 inches on two sides so that I have that background. My intent had been to use the grid, but I don't know why I was cutting it the other way. I cut it a little shorter than I normally would, so I only have about 1/4 inch here. So it's kind of a little tight, but it gave me enough of the yeah, it's just kind of tight. So I've chosen Sunny Days and So Fun to go with my popsicle pictures. And I have printed, so that one that you see there is the 3x4, and then I printed two at 2 high, and I'm not sure what that translates to in a 4:3 ratio. It just, when I plug it into Photoshop, it automatically does it for me. So I knew I wanted to use that red tag because I really like the contrast between the yellow and the red there, and it ties in with the red that is in, obviously, that plaid in the background there. I know I want to use these suns, and I'm going to use, get a circle punch to cut out two of the suns. One is going to go in the actual sun in Sunny Days, and then the other is going to go in the O of So Fun. And it just, again, sort of takes up some of the quote-unquote white space that is actually yellow space in this case out of the equation, and fills a few of the cutouts, but doesn't become too distracting that you've got too much motion and too much color going on in the page. You need to have some grounding elements. So I thought I'd use these stars, but again, it's too much. Having the stars with that diagonal plaid is also creating a whole different line, where you can see that I've got the grid that is right angle, and then you have the grid of the plaid that is at a shifted 45-degree right angle. It's way too much movement. So I decided that that was just not going to work. So I am using liquid adhesive with a fine tip applicator to put down these cutouts. It's just the easiest way to do it. Yes, you get a little bit of shine that goes with it. There is a company, it's actually ThermoWeb, who has a no shine glue, but I don't find that it actually makes all that much difference. And I find the no shine glue is actually harder to get out through the metal tip, so easier to just use what I'm comfortable with, and I don't worry about the shine. So I have the pictures intentionally a little bit askew. Again, it just adds to the movement on the page without being disturbing movement. So I have Sunny Days up the top, and then I'm going to put So Fun at the bottom. There are a lot of words on this layout, but because I put popsicles, you'll see that coming, which is actually ends up being the title of the layout in black. The other words become decor or embellishment to the layout, and then the actual title, Popsicles, is quite obvious because of that black contrast that goes with the photo there. So this is the tag from the June cut-aparts that I am using, and I just like the way that it balances with the two smaller photos to that large photo. So those two blocks relatively become the same size and create some balance between the right hand side and the left hand side of the layout. So kind of visualize a seesaw, and now the seesaw is sitting level instead of one end tipped as it was when it was just that 3x4 photo on the left hand side there. So I've got the Bella Pops. I love the gloss that are on these popsicles and the dimensions, so it adds a little bit more visual interest to the page. By putting that third sun as a puffy sticker, I've got a visual triangle of the 3 suns. There's actually multiple visual triangles that go on in the page because I've got 3 horizontal words. There's that memories, and then there's 2 more that are going to come. So there's 1 visual triangle. There's sort of multiple visual triangles that just lead your eye around the page and keep you centered around the title and the photos there as I'm telling this story. So I decide to do the line of popsicles here. And what I don't realize is I've put these popsicles on is there's actually little drips that come off of them. You see those little bits of color? And I found the best way to get those teeny tiny bits out, and rather than pulling them because they're 2 layered, you pull the top layer off if you just pull from the top, is to push through from the back, the sticky side, and that will put the adhesive down and keep the 2 layers attached to get those little fine details down onto the page. But it really is a cool fine detail. One that I really didn't even notice existed. I don't know, in my head they were all linked together. So I love that row of color that grows across fun, and again it ties in all of the color that is in that background frame of the layout there. So you can see how we're filling in that empty space, but there's still a lot of quote unquote white space on the page. So I'm taking a phrase here from the word strips, and so there's my second phrase in the phrase triangle that I was talking about, and there is my third. So good stuff is on the left, and then awesome is on the right. I am off camera actually going to take 3 of the different colored puffy stars and use those on the layout as well, which is another visual triangle that I was talking about. So these are the doohickey letter stickers. They're the black ones that I was referring to earlier, and that is going to be the title of the layout, Popsicles. And then I will journal between popsicles and the actual popsicles, just a little bit about sitting on the front porch and eating popsicles and how you're never too old to be excited about the ice cream truck. So that is pretty much going to wrap up my use of the My Life 365 for a summer project, which is what everybody is sharing with you from the design team this week. Enjoy the close-ups. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.